Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a Western Front fight for you all. Go through the players. On the Allied side we have Ralph Roberts as the United States. And Eugene as the United States. So far they have not picked a commander yet. On the Axis side we have Robertos as Panzer Tactics for the Waffen-SS. And Q as Fallschirmjäger Division for the Wehrmacht. So it looks like the Waffen-SS and the Luftwaffe is going to try and hold the Allies at bay. And... oh, Eugene has gone for mechanized. And they're talking a bit, but they're obviously lying. But we have Eugene as mechanized company. Always a good choice. No choice from Ralph Roberts yet. We have some Jägers pushing out, as well as a Grenadier squad coming up behind. The first SS is now present. We also have some Hitler Youth coming in. One of the unique units that the Panzer Division, Panzer Tactics get for the Waffen-SS. These guys serve as a cheaper frontline infantry you can get, and they are still pretty valuable actually. Looks like Americans are engaging the Wehrmacht here. Still no commander choice from Ralph Roberts yet. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Looks like the SS is gonna be moving a little bit slow though. Slow but methodical. Always a safe thing to do. Or Fallschirmjägers against the Realism. It looks like the Realism's got the upper hand here thanks to their pineapple grenade.
Combat engineers on the line.
The riflemen I think will beat the grenadiers here. There's just too many rifle shots coming in. And the Realism are flanking with their Springfields. Kubelwagen pressing here with an MG42. Hitler Youth and Storm Pioneers are probably going to assault the American riflemen here. We also have a 30 cal coming up for the United States. Combat engineers coming in now for the mechanized, unique unit to the mechanized commander. Essentially a frontline engineer unit that can actually do a lot of neat little things. Hitler Youth moving upwards. Supported by the MG42 Kubelwagen. The 30 cal is arriving though for the United States though. And that will, I think, put an end to this unless it can be suppressed. 30 cal setting up though. And it's gonna start opening fire. I don't think the SS can hold that position. Hitler Youth are falling back. Grenadiers are being shot apart. We also have a Stabsfeldwebel for the Luftwaffe. This guy is like a unique field commander the Luftwaffe can call in. He buffs Fallschirmjäger squads, I believe. He's also waiting here in ambush, but a 3-man squad against combat engineers with grease guns, that might not be an easy one to do. MT-44 for the Waffen-SS. And he's trying to ambush them. It's actually working so far. Oh, oh my. Yeah, don't underestimate an ambush. He didn't even need to call that an airstrike in. What a waste. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Better. Kubelwagen waiting here. How much movement on... oh! We missed the MG, got destroyed down here, I think. Oh, it fell back to base, my bad. Oh, and what did he go? He went for Armor Division, okay! Armor up against Panzer, and Mechanized against Luftwaffe. This is gonna be fascinating. Looks like the Luftwaffe is using a lot of Grenadiers right here. Using the wall to their advantage. We also have some Mechanized troops. Another unique unit that the Mechanized Division can call in. I'd say these are actually better than the Riflemen, but they have even less anti-tank options. They do get access to Berserker if they can become veterans. But I think they're gonna get cut down there, yep. Air-cooled 30 cal present. Kubelwagen trying to support their Luftwaffe allies. But I think the air-cooled 30 cal might be too much. Oh good, a grenade there! Hitler Youth arriving to support the Wehrmacht troops. I think the Germans might be able to sustain this. Thanks to the Hitler Youth arriving. But the Americans are pushing up across the entire front. These Storm Grenadiers are gonna be outnumbered shortly. Yeah, cool verticals trying to set up behind this cart. Americans are just overrunning the positions.
Rifle squad waiting for orders.
Storm Pioneers are in this building though. Fallschirm Pioneers falling back. MT-34 set up to cover this flank. Good to see. Oh, we also have a beacon being set up by the Stabsfeldwebel. So the Luftwaffe can call in Fallschirmjägers by airdrop there and supplies for them. I believe you can airdrop in weapons. You can even airdrop in full squads if you have the supplies. I think the Germans might have this thanks to the heavy cover and they are better at range. That's hard to say, because this range, the American riflemen are good enough, I think. Ah, they're also being flanked here by another American rifleman squad. Other MG-34s arrive for the Panzer attack, for the Panzer division. We have some Fallschirmjägers arriving, a Feuertruppe. These guys are good for long-range combat and they're already being armed with the amazing FT-42. A very unique weapon used by the Fallschirmjägers. It's actually effective at all ranges, I believe. That's medium here. Good rate of fire, very accurate, and very powerful. Overall, a very powerful weapon. The Feldwebel might be in trouble here, though. Because the Americans might be planning to come for them. But there are Fallschirmjägers present to support the Stabsfeldwebel. Jeep has arrived for the United States, armed with a vertical. The Luftwaffe is being called in. Oh, killing a squad, wow. But now these guys have FT-42s. And they'll start to tear through the Americans.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
He's also activated a unique charge ability, the Green Devils, which is the nickname the German Fallschirmjägers got. Mostly because of their green uniforms and the fact that they were notoriously good fighters. The Fallschirmjägers were a notoriously powerful force of infantry for the Allies to deal with on the Western Front. They made going through Normandy and France a nightmare, I believe. Especially in urban environments, although this isn't exactly urban environments. And thanks to the Funkfeuer, they can airdrop in reinforcements.
The squad of pioneers has arrived. Our infantry can now rush into the enemy line.
Oh, we also have some members of the 1st SS Leibstandarte present. These guys are essentially a Panzer division formed from the original bodyguard unit that protected Hitler himself. So generally, I would not say they might be good people. Probably very, very fanatical and bad. Oh, and they're being armed with scoped STGs. Oh. You can actually arm them fully with STGs by looks of it. 2 scoped and 2 normals. That's actually a really powerful combination for a Panzer Grenadier squad. They're worth getting more than Stormtroopers, I think. And that Jeep won't do much against the Fallschirmjägers here. The FT-42 is just too accurate. Artillery being called in on the Fallschirmjäger officer. Oh, and a direct one! Ooh, that sucks. The Panzer Grenadiers of the 1st SS is trying to relocate here. Oh, they're trying to deal with the mortar. And with their scoped STGs, they should be able to do it more accurately. And these guys are just so good. Although the Americans are behind heavy cover there with good angle. So I think they will beat out against the Fallschirmjägers. Lieutenant's trying to push up probably to take the point if he can. There's an MG covering it though, an MG-34. These Panzer Grenadiers might get overwhelmed shortly. They're gonna have to pull out of that. Fallschirme Jaeger Pioneers are not doing too well here. They're up close against semi-auto weapons.
Ready and await your command. Ready for orders.
What an inconspicuous bush. I think the Wehrmacht is gonna have a hard time here. Mthis is planning to take up though. Sturm Grenadiers are still doing their thing. Americans have kinda put a big dent in the Luftwaffe operations. Tats bunker going up. Kugelbach with a 42 is trying to push up slowly. And we have a, I forgot what this half truck is called. An M15 coming out. I think that's armed with a double 50 cal and an autocannon, which is actually very powerful, but it's only mounted on the rear of it. A very interesting design. Yeah, again, it was designed for anti-air duty, not for actual frontline combat, I believe. Not much going on the other front. It's mostly in the center and the north. R221 present, becoming a 222 shortly. That should help deal with the American infantry for now. Mortar arriving.
Alright, you dopes, listen up.
Wagen ready.
Oh, we have got more of the first SS coming out. But these guys are going to become really potent, I believe. If they get armed for specific things. You can actually also arm these guys entirely with MP40s if you want, which makes them amazing in medium to short range combat, by the way. Especially in urban environments. But he might be aiming to make them full-on Sturmgewehr based. As that is also a thing you can do with them. Although the officer will always have an MP40. Oh, that's a 30 cal here. Air cooled. And I think these first SS might be enough. Hitler Youth trying to push up with an MG34. Mortar is threatening them though, but they are gonna kill the MG, I think. There it goes. Untersturmführer has arrived as well. With his bodyguards. But that's a Sherman, that's a command Sherman. And I don't think the Germans have a lot to deal with that. Meanwhile, the 222 is wreaking havoc under their flank. Destroying the M15, I think. It's destroyed a lot of the Americans up north, holy shit. Because the Americans like valuable infantry AT. Oh, good close-up rifle grenade though, should do a good job as you saw. I think I might be lost. Oh, it plinged off! Oh, that's not good. The center though, that's Sherman, it's gonna keep causing problems though for the Axis. Oh, a Panzerfaust from the first SS. It's gonna scare the Sherman off, but not kill it. Americans getting an A2. AT gun being called in and take up for the mechanized. The SS is slowly gearing up again, enforcing, and doing everything else that's needed. Well, these first SS are going to be very costly to replenish. We need to see what the Untersturmführer does. Ah, mines being laid by the Fallschirmjägers. A good use of them, because generally elite infantry like the Fallschirmjägers and such, that is, they intend to operate on the flanks or behind enemy lines, can also lay mines. Generally, a lot of German infantry can actually lay mines, but that's actually intentional, because German mine warfare was very much a thing they did. I believe even grenadiers can lay mines for the Wehrmacht. What a low flank plane. Oh, that gun is probably gonna get an eye on the. Oh, but the scout guy is moving back. Good to see. Sherman has arrived though. And when the Sherman start flooding in, that's gonna be problems for the Axis. Double packs have been called in though, one for both German player. Oh, high explosive shot right there. Not sure what the 222 is gonna aim to do. Yeah, that's ouch.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
Coming in, just moving northwards now.
A fresh officer has arrived.
Another Stabs fill people has been called in. We got good with autocannon straights, a good choice against Germans. Command Panzer F1, I think? Yes, F1. Double packs instead of on each other. Okay, that's unusual. I suppose it works. Oh, scout cannon over the mechanized force. And they've indeed been out with double FT-42, so these guys are going to be very lethal at all ranges. Generally, the Fallschirmjäger division do rely on having good infantry and good air support because the heaviest tank they get is a Panzer IV-H, which comparably to the Allies currently is not the heaviest thing. Like, it'll suffice, I suppose. Oh, more Fallschirmjägers have been infiltrated. An Angriffsgruppe. These guys are more specialized in assaulting, compared to these guys who are specialized in holding their ground. Already been armed with the Gewalteladung, and they're also being armed with the Panzerschreck. Oh, they're also airdropping in fuel. Right in front of the Americans, that might not be the best idea. Well, the Americans could try and steal it, but that would be suicide. He might actually be doing it to bait them. Oh, that was a Flammgranate from the. That was effective flame grenade from the Americans that failed. It hit the building. Oh, that sucks. Artillery coming in here. Might be white phosphorus. Yes, that's white phosphorus artillery. The Germans have to get out of there. It's gonna burn them. Germans are pushing up aggressively. Oh, that building is on fire! And MT has to evacuate. More fuel coming in. The Allies are delaying the Germans' access to grabbing the fuel, though. Scout armored car goes down thanks to the pack. He's gonna use this thing to reinforce from. Oh, the front line is getting very tense right now. And the Fallschirmjägers don't have a lot to work with, but the Green Devils are probably gonna stick around. Another recon plane flying overhead. Oh, munitions here are being disabled thanks to a Stuka strike from the F1. Nice. I just need to retake it. Here we're seeing logistics upgraded for the Germans. Germans also playing wise and not putting his trucks outside the base area. Generally it's a risky thing to do, but you do get some perks for doing it. It's just not always worth it. Sometimes it's better to just play it safe. Well, Fallschirmjäger is trying to push northwards here. Ah, but artillery coming in to stop them. They have to get out of there. But I think the Fallschirmjäger actually got out on top of with that one. Germans pushing upwards with mechanized troops though.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
But these Fallschirmjägers are going to be a problem.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Because the FG-42s and these guys is just gonna start taking through the Americans. Then Copper to shield their movement back. They are cut off though up there, but they'll still fight on, I think. More anti-tank guns coming up for the Waffen-SS. Everyone trying to build to get some ground. A2 for the Northern American front now. A lot of Stabsfeld people arriving.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
Ah, yeah, the F1 can capture because it's a Panzer division. So the tank actually has the ability to capture things.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
So the MG-34 arriving too. Medic has been set up here, providing some medical supplies for the Fallschirmjägers. Grenadiers have arrived as well, probably to try and take this point. They can connect the fuel again. There's little covering at the moment, so they might actually take the chance. Also, a Fallschirmjäger camp is being set up by the Stabsfeldwebel, a fort encampment that allows them to recruit and reinforce from, also retreat to, which is a ability many special operations commanders actually get for their special operations units. So he can like recruit Fallschirmjäger units from here. He's also set as a retreat point. Nice to see. Another recon run going on for the Americans, low flying, giving a good sight on what the Germans are doing. Engagement descender, Shermans again F1. Oh, and white phosphorus raining down. That's not good for the Germans. They need to pull out of there.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Oh, the Blitz have been set up back here to reinforce from by the looks of it. Oh, Sherman pushed northwards, but there's a pack here covering the road. Oh, high explosive on the Grenadiers. But it's going to open it up to the Panzerschreck. And they got it. White phosphorus coming in the northern front here too. I think that pack is lost.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Easy yet arriving for the Americans. They should cut through any German tanks they can get until they can get heavier things. Looks like the Hitler Youth have been relegated to holding the southern flank here. Packs covering the front lines though. Oh, high explosive missed. EC8 is very armored though, so the pack is not gonna have any easy time penetrating it. Very hard to see. Allies control both fuel points. We'll need to see what comes out of it. More A2s are being gathered. Much cheaper alternative than the than going for the EC8s.
The capture point is being overrun.
Half-track has arrived with some combat engineers. But it looks like the mechanized force is having problems dealing with all the Fallschirmjägers. Not sure what that recon run did. That's generally a bug that happens sometimes. So the Fallschirmjägers are planning to make a push here, but they have tracks with this 50 cal. It's gonna make this difficult. Oh, the plane just crashed there. Didn't do much though, but it... Oh, the American armor is trying to overrun the SS position. I don't think the SS can hold this one. That's a lot of American armor. Yeah, set up packs to make cones of fire though. And artillery coming in. Looks like 12 cents, even the mortar shells are gonna rain in soon. That might be too late.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Oh, they managed to get a Panzerknacker on it.
A medium tank was just lost.
I think the Germans might actually have stopped most of the push here. Thanks for the brave sacrifice of that Hitler Youth squad. But they've still lost a lot down here.
Gun crew has been lost.
But the EC8 has been dealt with, apart from the command EC8 here.
Squad, shut it.
You know, the Fallschirmjäger still hold the northern front here.
Colonel, at your command.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
But the SS lacks armor. He might be aiming for a Tiger, which is not far off at this point. Oh, that's a crew. That's not gonna have enough firepower to stop a squad. They're armed with pistols. Actually, thanks to the cover, they might actually do it. More recon coming over the Luftwaffe lines. Stuke 3 has arrived though for the Luftwaffe to support him. Always a good choice. The Stuke should never be underestimated.
Targeting enemy.
Command Panther! Oh, that's what he was waiting for. That's a really powerful unit that the Panzer Division gets access to. I think he'll be able to turn it around with that. Given enough time, that is.
Valiant assault is now at
Oh,
hand.
we have lots of riflemen being prepared, as well as another EC8. EC8 for the mechanized troops too. More artillery coming in. Oh, that mortar shell hit good. They need to keep pulling that pack out. Third infantry arriving. The unit that the mod is named after, the Spearhead Division.
Well, that's knocked off. Yeah. On your feet, ladies.
Let's think. Do they use the same infantry divisions? Oh, they don't. They don't use the same ones. My bad.
Listen up. Stick with me and you might just make it. They're ready. Send orders.
Command Panther's gonna try and push northward slowly, I think. Or not. Recon squad present here for the Americans now. Try and get them some sight on the front line. Let's see how far they can see. Yeah, that's giving him sight all the way down here, thanks to the flare.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Well, that's gonna be an airstrike coming in. Oh, good job with the Stukas autocannons right there.
Just got blanked out.
Oh, EC8's flanking in on the Fallschirmjägers. Also, Blitz driving through the fronts to reinforce alongside other parts. Good to see. The Man Panther has to be careful still, though. EC8s can sometimes match a Panther.
Push coming.
It depends on where they fire. Because the EC8 has a very high rate of fire. Oh, another Stuke here for the Luftwaffe. Looks, as I've said, always a good choice. Cheap, economical, and actually generally effective.
Send orders.
Now the third if division is present, which should do decently, but not against the Stuke.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green is green
Mthis is finally making the push down here. Using the Command Panther and the Storm Pioneers to push up here. Armed with the MP40s. MP40Is, actually. A fascinating little weapon that did not see much use. As you can read there, it actually was cancelled, but it actually did arrive at the front sometimes. This is essentially an MP40 with dual magazines attached. Very fascinating little concept. Means they take a lot longer before they have to reload. That can actually be very useful. Oh, everyone is dying to explosives right here. Oh, and that artillery shell actually hurt the Americans. Friendly fire.
Send your orders.
White phosphorus and high explosives everywhere. Oh my.
Armor ready.
But the southern flank has been falling to the Waffen-SS now. And a Tiger is being called in. Oh boy.
Good hit. Squad. We have lost a pack gun. Standing by.
Oh, good shot there from the Panzers, Rick.
Heads down.
They get another one off is the question. Ah, it takes too long to reload it, so it doesn't look like it. You see it's being repaired near the front line. More Shermans in the rear. Fuel being airdropped into the base. On a recon run. Looks like the Americans are utilizing their air superiority at least. But their southern flank is being threatened now by the Panzer Division. Looks like the Waffen-SS Panzer Division is going to be able to do some kind of a flanking maneuver. But the Luftwaffe might get overrun. Big American push up north here. Oh, that Stuk is getting... Oh yeah, one shot from the easy that penetrates all it takes.
The enemy has destroyed a Panzer. Take ready.
Panzer first. But the easy is a very armored thing. Tiger tank has arrived though. Yeah, well, the third are trying to push southwards, but this Panzerjäger squad is still doing an amazing job. Now it's on machine gun fire.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
With a Tiger tank, the Germans do have to be careful with it though. The Tiger tank is not impervious. It is taking out the Germans one by one it can encounter. And while the northern flank is still being threatened heavily. And the Tiger has to relocate northwards. And while the Panther is going in for a peek at the Allied base. Officers calling in artillery on it.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Oh, the easy hits are trying to flank it. They injured the driver. The tank got too far up without any support. That's all it takes. You need to keep the Tiger covered. A single Tiger is not going to do much. Not without support. That's what Panzer Grenadiers' job is. Their job is to work alongside the tanks. But the Command Panther is threatening the entrance to the Allied base. And there's a Storm Pioneer present. They don't have access to demolition kits though. But if they did, they could literally go in, plant a demo charge, if they aren't stopped. Oh, Pershing being pulled in, oh my. We're gonna have a heavy tank battle then. But I think the Luftwaffe is starting to suffer from generally the late game attrition they have problems with. They lack good stuff late game. The Fallschirmjägers kinda lose their power. A Hauptmann from the Luftwaffe is also present though, a Luftwaffe officer.
Crew, get ready.
Oh my god, the Panther is actually destroying the Allied base. That's actually gonna be a problem for them, I think.
Our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
But Americans do want to flank it. Oh, Storm Pioneers got killed. One of the American buildings have been killed, have been destroyed though. Not the one he wanted to destroy, I think. He wanted to destroy the battalion command. Is this command panther just gonna go on a rampage? Oh my god, it is. It's just driving through the Allied base. The Allies have to stop this thing. It's called an artillery too. 10.5 centimeter. Oh god, this base is in trouble.
The troops await your command.
It's not something we see every day. Smoking its retreat. Command Sherman is trying to stop it. That's gonna be a mistake. White phosphorus on it though, slowing it. EC8 is present. They've come back for the kill. And there it goes.
Heavy armor has been lost.
But it did force the Allies to pull back their tanks, allowing the Luftwaffe to somewhat destabilize and get the fuel back. So a decent sacrificial maneuver, but
Armor here.
now there's a Pershing on the field.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
And the Pershing, while not exactly what I'd call the best heavy tank, it should do alright.
Just got a report of an infantry
I need to classify that this thing was reclassified as a medium tank after World War II. That's how ineffective as a heavy tank it was.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
EC8 back at the front though, causing more pain for the Luftwaffe.
Armor ready.
Why do the Germans have to stop a Pershing?
50 cals up. Vehicle destroyed.
Oh, some frag bombs coming in on the Germans. Unfortunately, it was only fragmentation, so Oh, penetrating shot from the pack. That's gonna get pineappled. Not the best pineapple I will admit.
Ready for orders. Armor here. Good hand.
Where'd the Sherman go?
Send your orders.
Oh, there's the push. My bad.
Taking a hostile fire.
Another command path has arrived. Germans are still in this. They have to be cautious of their movements. After all now... Oh, a flanking shot from the Sherman!
An anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
Got an ammo rack shot to the Sherman there. Ooh. That's gonna stop the Panther from advancing for a while. They need to prepare. F1 Command Squad 2. I'm not sure what they're gonna be doing. Americans are getting close on all the fronts. Well, the Luftwaffe has stabilized up north.
Armor ready.
More riflemen being called in. Lots of combat engineers are present.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Of course it works because they can repair on the front line, and these Leibstandarte... Oh, this is a fully veteran Leibstandarte, oh my.
An anti-tank gun
This
has
is gonna be a
taken the
really
field.
powerful squad. If it... Pack 40 trying to fight EC8s in the open. Probably not the best idea. Like, it's trying to be brave, but it's not enough. More fuel being airdropped into the Allied base.
Anti-tank gun has
They do need to start repairing their base, though. Which I suppose what the re-echelon being called in is for. Actually, they have a second re-echelon.
rear echelon troops on the front line. Steady up,
But they're just sitting down, they're not doing anything. You need to get that base repaired.
The battle is about to commence.
To arms! Prepare for orders!
Oh, he's scavenging the wrecks. Very smart.
This is it.
That's a thing you can do to get more resources to work with. Looks like the Luftwaffe is gonna come in for a big strafe here. Oh, yeah. The Cannon Vocal is doing a good job. Using the autocannons to advantage. Pershing is in the center though. But I think the EC8s might be done for. Oh, that one is anyway.
A medium tank was just lost.
I guess Görling is doing something today at least. For once. Second Pershing being called in. There's the 50 cal on the Pershing is trying to get shots at the Stuka. Pershing is gonna be moved, not Pershing. Command Panther. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm getting all the names wrong. Oh, Bazooka tried to hit the Panther there. Now the Pershing might actually be able to fight a Panther. Depends on who gets a good shot off.
My ear! Where's my fucking ear?
Oh, but the Pershing's got a high explosive here. Aim for this position.
Field promotion! That's an AT, goddammit!
I hit the terrain though. Now in the north we have the Fallschirmjägers again fighting against the combat engineers. There's so much back and forth up there. Ooh, this thing got hurt. What hit it? The Pershing hit it?
Standing by. Crew, get ready.
Oh, he knows where he wants to destroy completely. He's trying to shoot through the terrain. His command squad is doing surprisingly well. But he has a lot of repair crews here. It looks like the officers can actually repair the Panzer Division. I did not know that.
A squad of infantry!
We also have the Luftwaffe Hauptmann present here. He has organized a retreat point. On a bombing run coming in from the Luftwaffe. Mister with the autocannon strafe. Pershings are preparing to push up the road. Are they repairing their base? They're not repairing their base. Oh, they are. They repaired one building. Pershing it's gonna slowly start creeping up though. Is Panther gonna take a pot shot? Oh, he thought about it. He's actually still doing it. And he did. Penetration. Didn't do much though. And Luftwaffe still fights desperately over this fuel point. Panzerstreik moving up. Missed. Another Tiger being prepared by the Panzer Division. Double Volks. Oh, only one Volksgrenadier. Okay. I believe if you're Luftwaffe, the Volksgrenadiers can actually be armed with FT-42s, which is quite something, I'll have to say. You don't expect the Volksgrenadiers to be armed with FT-42s of all things. Check if that is correct though. These guys. Yes. No. My bad. It's the MG34. Right. Who gets the FT42 then? Huh. I might be misremembering things. You guys, an MG34 on the Volksgrenadiers? That's actually not bad. Yeah, the MG34 should not be underestimated. Most weapons are actually really good at what they do. He is still repairing the base. Good to see. Persians will hold back for repairs. You see it moving out though, while the Pershings are sitting back for repairs. This has been a long fight so far. Nice to see. Lots of American infantry pushing on the northern road here. Another Tiger has arrived, as I stated. We need to see how well it does. Oh, he's using the Volkswagen. He has to man weapons with. I guess that makes sense.
Enemy spotted. Coming in for security.
That's a very big American blob, though.
Unit ready for action.
Also, the Tatsbung is trying to be set up. Not sure what the plan of the Tiger here is. An airdrop coming in. Of an MG42. Ah.
We have a forward structure.
That's a thing you can do. Yeah, MG42. Tiger's pressing low to try and help hold the fuel. I don't think the America's gonna stay here for long if there's a Tiger. The Fallschirmjäger is also gonna be a menace to all this American infantry. Oh, good flame grenade there from the Americans. Incendiary grenade, that's what it's called. I believe it's the common gears to get that ability? Oh, it's a white phosphorus grenade, okay.
Crew ready.
That's still pretty devastating.
Tank support is here.
EC8s are being prepared and the Pershings are moving up. And they want to engage the Tiger, I think.
You're ready. Send orders.
Looks like we have some Leibstandard troops here in the north too. Very good squad. Lots of packs have been prepared by the Luftwaffe.
Ready. Go ahead.
Oh, they're trying to destroy the Panther wreck. Yeah, that's what the Panther wreck is kind of bugged for some reason. It doesn't even provide cover. Actually, it says it does. How weird. Looks like assault artillery is gonna go in here.
Get ready for action. Send your orders.
But that's not gonna be the frontline sector. Actually, it is. Because this road is considered it. Oh, that's not good.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Calliope! We have a Calliope! They're using rockets to try and destroy the Tiger. The Calliope is actually a really good anti-tank artillery option for the US mechanized. Didn't destroy the Tiger though, but it was close. The Pershings and the EC8 can try to move in for the kill now. Oh boy, do the Germans have enough to stop them? Here comes the Americans! Panzer IV-H is being pulled up here. But a Pershing shell is gonna neutralize that almost. The Luftwaffe is being called in with it. It's also cannons. Good choice! That's definitely gonna counter the Pershings.
Sherman ready. We just lost a medium tank.
The Tiger's still operational though, but it's not in the healthiest of states. All the EC8s though are gonna be a pain for the Germans to deal with, because the EC8 is definitely the ultimate version of this German. Leibstandard is still holding this northern road somehow. Second Tiger being called in. That's a white phosphorus grenade on these guys. They need to get out of there. Oh, they all burned up. Panther is finally gone.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Command Panther has been relocated to the central area here.
Valiant assault.
Looks like it's been doing a decent job.
The troops await your command.
But the Germans still hold the connection point. The Volksgrenadiers are still fighting.
We are losing Soldaten.
Tiger's being repaired, good to see. When the second Tiger arrives, I think the Allies might be in somewhat of a trouble. They need to push through somewhere. They might be going a little bit too slow for them. Base has been repaired, good to see. Stuka coming in here.
Standing by.
That's going to neutralize that point.
Ready for battle.
Second Tiger has arrived though. So a double Tiger and a Command Panther. That's a very lethal combination. But I would personally have gone for Panthers, I think, because I think Panthers generally just are a better tank. The Tiger will do a great job, I'm sure of it. I also think thematically Panthers working alongside a Command Panther just looks cooler. But the Tigers here will definitely be a scare factor. Because that 88mm gun should cut through EC8s too, if it can. So the Germans are about to prepare a counterattack with this. Oh, lots of weapons have been prepared by both sides.
Send your orders.
Looks like the Persians want to do a push for the center, potentially. Tigers pushing in the north though. Oh, easy, it got a penetration. The Tiger penetrated in return.
Enemy infantry. Move ready.
Oh, big American armor pushing the center here. Meanwhile, assault artillery going in return. Take the barrage, rather. Will I be fine? I want to utilize this Tiger up here. Oh, it almost did it. But the Tiger's still there. So we have something of a big tank battle going to happening here. Machine gun pinning down the Hitler Youth. Oh! Good job with the EC8 there, pinning all the Fleischmajägers with a high explosive shell. And White Phosphorus Grenade going in. High explosive being armed on the pack.
Our brave infantry is
Oh, can they do it in time? Oh no, they got out of range, but they ran into the White Phosphorus. Oh, that's not good. EC8 aiming to flank though.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
The Tigers are almost operational though. Looks like the Germans are securing the southern flank again by use of the Leibstandarte. Pershing because that is relocating southwards. So this H is trying to stop this the Sherman from being reclaimed. But the easiest thing to do, that thing is heavily armored front, right? And there's something like we had the Pershing trying to push up down here.
Under attack.
Oh, and the Command Panther is making a dash southwards. Right into bazooka fire. And EC8 fire. That was not a good move.
We're losing a capture point.
But I think it might be safe thanks to the smoke cover. Except that Pershing! The Pershing is gonna go in for the kill. Pack 40 could save it though. Didn't penetrate. And high explosive is gonna go in the pack. But it did sacrifice itself to save the Panther, I think, but the Panther's not moving. And they got it! A bazooka shot to the rear. Tiger arrived too late, and now the Tiger's too close to the EC8. Pershing could make a move here. Oh, no penetration! You're the Pershing though. They're trying to gang up on this Tiger. Tiger's pulling back and air cover is being called in. Yeah, Kanonenvogel is saving the Tiger.
The enemy has cut our supply chain. The resource sector has been isolated.
Not looking good for the Germans though, they're taking heavy losses. The Allied tanks just keep swimming onto the battlefield. Oh. So many American troops. Germans still hold this southern flank though, but if the Americans can outflank them with their armor, they could cut them off. Oh, the Tiger is operational. Artillery being called in. Another artillery air support by the looks of it. Panther is present though. Oh, not Panther, Tiger. One EC8 down. Oh, high explosive killing all the officers trying to repair the Tiger. Oh my god. That's painful to watch.
Valiant assault is now at hand.
And well, Tiger on the other side. Blank's not doing too well. Pershing is going to get another shot. And there goes the Tiger. Oh. That's nothing to stop the Pershing in this flank. Oh! Hitler Youth squad getting annihilated in a high explosive shot. The other Tiger though is still operational. And it's relocating southwards to try and deal with the Allies. Artillery being called into the base. Cheeky move. Major did suffer for it. Oh, the Pershing is being very cheeky.
Taking the field for duty.
Oh, that's some heavy artillery being called into the base. Very inaccurate though.
Enemy infantry advancing. Engaging enemy below.
The Fallschirmjägers are still trying to hold up on the northern front. And they're doing surprisingly well apart from not being connected. Just because Fallschirmjägers are very tenacious. You get a lot of good air support to deal with armor. But the lack of heavy armor late game is starting to show.
The peg gun is ready for orders.
They have amazing infantry, but in an open map like this, I don't think they're as valuable. I think like in an urban environment, these guys would be amazing. And they would be a lot better than what they're doing currently. That said, they're still doing a very great job keeping the Americans at bay.
Infantry now have access to additional equipment and tactics.
Another command Panther called in.
Send orders.
Tiger's also been giving a Panzer officer. That'll help him become more accurate with his gun. The Pershings are getting pretty good though.
Under fire. Complete. Crew ready.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
Prepared for action.
Just have to be very careful though. Allies are getting closer and closer.
Fire on that infantry. Enemy attacking.
More artillery being called into the German base. The Germans are still holding on though, which is quite something. But the heaviest kinds of artillery is just being poured into them.
Unit ready.
SS Alf class being called in. Probably should not move into an artillery strike, but was that the Americans are finally pushing through the Fallschirmjägers in the north? And the Fallschirmjägers are not reinforced yet.
We are receiving new orders.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings. Enemy forces.
There's also not enough cover left. It's only craters really.
We have lost a pack gun.
That said, these Fallschirmjägers will cut through the Americans with their FT-42s. Don't miss the tanks. It's always the tanks.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Not easy pushing upwards. Oh god, loading Willy Peach shield right there. Oh, that's painful. The Tiger is trying to make a somewhat of a comeback though. It's gonna use the Outcloud to scout for it, I think. But Germans are slowly being inch closer and closer to their base. Allied firepower is just overwhelming. Ooh, all the tanks opening fire on the Tiger. No penetration though. Oh! One penetration, but in return, Americans suffer a loss. Outcloud been spotted by the US recon team. More artillery being called in. Willy Pete. Not hitting that much though.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Manpower for the southern flank. Leipzig are moving back to try and hold this point from being cut off. Oh, they're cutting them down. That's great though. Double Pershing scouting the south. Coming in here is pushing upwards here. Taking range of the base defenses though. But they are still gonna get a white phosphorus grid off. Oh!
Ready for action.
Oh, Pershing is flanking! I'm trying to.
They got wiped out.
Oh! Oh my god, that's close. Oh! It didn't penetrate the Panther! The Tiger's moving in for the kill. I think the Germans got out on top of that engagement. Yeah, they lost both the Pershings.
We just lost a heavy.
Oh boy, that is such a loss. But there's EC8 here, the Tiger needs to be careful. Well, that's a rapidly moving Sherman right there. The EC8s are trying to go in for the kill. Oh, and then Calliope shots.
Heavy armor has been lost.
There's still the Panther though that's immobilized. Oh! They might be too close to shoot at each other now though. And the EC can use that to its advantage. Oh! The Panther might actually get out of this!
Field promotion!
Oh my god, the Panther might actually survive! But the EC-8 might also get out of there. It needs to get back for repairs. Panzer IV H's are coming in. But the Command Panther survived all the punishment it got. That is so unexpected. I'm not sure what that EC-8 is doing. They should just get back to the base for repairs. I'm trying to crush them. That's not really the most efficient way. But I think the Germans have lost practically everything here. The Americans are about to push through the front. It's been a very hard fought battle though. I will say that. I honestly did not expect that Panther to survive. That was quite a tanky engagement near the end. And there we have it. Guess the Germans surrendered at that point. Very well played by all the parties present. And I hope I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!